Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M40 M43. It's the Tier 8 American SPG located on the northwest spawn of mines, and it's under the command of Chickens 1003 of the Arty clan. Now, Chickens is famous now because, of course, he appeared in a replay, a video that was actually produced by Klaus Kellerman. For the second time he's appeared on that channel, actually, because he's appeared before. I think the first time he was actually in a Bishop, and the second time, if I remember correctly, was in the AMX13 F3AM. And he got some pretty good results, including shotgunning a stag hound at very close range. Well, one thing he's actually chosen to do is he's chosen to go into a very obvious firing position on this map. And although it's very good for shooting at the enemy, it is actually fairly dangerous. Of course, it means if Max Simpson was in the game, he might be able to counter you by taking you out blind just by firing into the corner. Okay, Saladin. Completely wiped out by that shot. And funnily enough, that's exactly what happened to Max earlier today, because he got wiped out on the very same map once he went into the castle grounds. You can see how dangerous it is for the enemy tanks from Arty, let alone what might happen to you if you get countered by Max. Okay, the M40 M43 was a late design in the war. They only built 2 of them which actually saw service. They were only test products, and they saw service with the 991st Field Artillery Battalion. They sent an M40 and an M43 over and to test them out. The first prototype appeared in February of 1945, and it was a gun prototype to start with. The M40, the 155mm gun. Now, he did get a nice hit on the OI, and he has selected a variety of ammunition. You only get 16 rounds in this Arty, so you have to be careful about what you actually use to hit them. Okay. Well, that guy just took another hit from our fellow Arty, the Crusader SP, who's using the stock gun, I believe. And now he's taken a round from the 8-inch howitzer. Now that's capable of 900 alpha, penetrating 52mm of armor, and 10.5 meters blast radius, and 12.5 to 28 seconds of stun. It's not enough to get through the armor of the Super Pershing, as we saw there, but it's certainly enough to stun him long enough so that he actually ends up being killed by one of your teammates. The stun duration, as I mentioned, 12.5 to 28 seconds, so if you do get badly hit, you could be out of the game. Okay, who's next? Well, our team seems to be doing well so far, but the scores are fairly even, and some of our players are actually going to the wrong spots to try and shoot, and as a consequence, they get taken out. There's a T-78 over to the east, who's hiding in the corner, the usual corner, usual position. There's a couple of enemy tanks on the east side of the map. We can't hit those, they're RTC. But there are a couple of enemy tanks inside the castle grounds, and we can't see them at the moment. The AMX has suddenly come into sight, an AMX 1375. We're looking at a box tank who's down on the south end of the map, and our 1375 is trying to have a go at him. Oh, that was a good shot, because it stunned the SU-100 and actually did 300 hit points of damage, and we got the rest of the stun assist. Okay, there are a number of targets in sight now. That 1375 is inside the castle grounds. If that was Max, he'd probably be lining up a shot on this position. The T-78's come out of his position. We're dialing in as quickly as we reload, and we should be fully dialed in to put a round through him. He's got very thin armor because he's a chaffee-based vehicle. Oh, direct hit and wipeout. Completely killed with that shot. So that's 2 kills now for Chickens. He's not the lead scorer. The P44 Pantera's the lead scorer on our team. He got 3 kills before he got wiped out. We're 1 down on the enemy at the moment, but things could change. Whoa, enemy Arty. Yeah, they know we're here, and we lost 72 hit points to Lorraine 15551. So we probably do need to change position, and I would definitely advise it under these circumstances. If it weren't for the fact that this Schwarzpanzer was nearby, but he's just been taken out, and it's Chickens who got him, but he definitely needs to change position. He got a high roll for 798, so it must have been a direct hit. He definitely needs to go now, though, because if he stays where he is, he's more than likely going to get taken out. Okay, the MX-1375 that was in the castle grounds has left it. We're looking at the Lorraine 15551. This is the guy who actually fired at us earlier, and he's one of only 2 enemies remaining. We're going to take him out with an Arty round any second. They've just lost their other Arty, the Lorraine 15550. Our shell missed him. RNG said, no, you don't get that one, but I think our teammate in the T-3485M is probably going to claim the kill instead. He's trying to get an angle, and the Lorraine's probably trying to get a shotgun on him. Yes, he's moved into cover now. Okay, we can still hit him, though. It's a difficult shot. And the kill shot does go to the T-3485M, and that's game over. Here's the end of battle results, and that was a first-class tanker for Chickens 1003 in the M40 M43. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8, and he got a high caliber as well for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and a win rate of 4,716. You can see he did a huge amount of damage. He did get kills as well. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage was 3,018 hit points. Second highest damage was the Schwarzpanzer, and he actually killed that guy. He got 2,602 hit points. And the third highest damage was the Tiger P on the enemy team with 1,907. When it came to kills, we can see the highest number, well, shared between Chickens 1003, the T-3485M, who got the last kills of the game, and of course he picked up a Prescucci's medal because he killed both enemy SPGs, and 3 kills went to the P-44 Pantera. He died early on in the game, but he did get those kills right at the start. Now, when it came to base XP, we can see that the highest scorer was, funnily enough, the Comet, not Chickens 1003, unfortunately. So he got 2 out of 3, but he got second place on the last one. 1,031 went to the Comet, 917 went to Chickens, and 917 also went to the T-3485M. And of course, Chickens was tier 8 and the T-3485M was tier 6. And that's why with a much reduced amount of damage, he still managed to get the same base XP out of the game. He fired only 7 rounds in that game. Now, you'd normally think, oh, well, that means that obviously he's not going to get a whole lot of damage, but he did actually do a lot of damage with those shots because he got 5 direct hits, very accurate. 4 of them were penetrating shots as well. He managed to put the shells where they would do the most damage. I think he did at least use AP on one of those shots on the OI, and he also used 4 splash as well on the enemy. 3,018 hit points, all a bit at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash from the Lorraine 15551. He worked out where he was. In fact, I think he worked out, or it may have been one of the enemy players who told him where he was. And in fact, that's one of the things about Max Simpson, is that other players will tell you where the enemy Arty is. And of course, then he'll work out where he needs to go in order to get shots. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, 342 hit points, a stun assist of 3 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 59,126 credits from that game. His ammunition costs were high, but he managed to supplement it with a 40,000 mission completion. He also got 4,127 experience points out of that game as well, after getting another mission reward, 2,752. So yes, it certainly was an epic game and carry. And in fact, a lot of players are now realizing if you use the extra XP, or rather the extra HE with no stun, or using the armor piercing on tanks which are relatively stationary, you can actually do a lot of damage to them by penetrating them. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does, and it's worthwhile. On a small map like Mines or Ensk or maps where there's a limited distance and the tanks won't move very much, you can actually get penetrating shots on the enemy if they just stick around in the same spot all the time. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it beats the algorithm, and thank you for watching.